be real for a second. Have you ever felt like you're living a life that someone else designed for you? Like your personality is a group project and you barely get a vote? If you've ever felt that way, you're not imagining it. Today, we're naming the names and calling out the 3 biggest forces trying to write your story for you. Welcome back to Teen Talk and Part 3 of our Identity Crisis series. In Part 1, we learned your brain isn't broken, it's just upgrading. In Part 2, we exposed the scam of finding yourself and revealed that you are the author of your own life story. If you missed them, the links are in the description. They are essential for this episode. So, you have the pen in your hand. You know you're the author. But an author can't write in a room full of hecklers. How do you find your own voice when your friends, your family, and your phone are all screaming plot suggestions at you 24/7? Today, we get real about the enemy. Before we can learn how to take control, we first have to identify the forces trying to take it from us. We are going to break down the 3 biggest sources of outside noise in your life, so you can finally see them for what they are. Let's get into it. Okay, so being the author of your own story sounds absolutely fire. But it's hard to write when you've got a million hecklers shouting plot suggestions in your ear. To really get a handle on your own narrative, you have to learn to mute the outside noise. Let's talk about the 3 biggest sources of that noise: your squad, your family, and your phone. First, your squad, the peer pressure problem. As you start to pull away from your parents, which is totally normal and healthy, your peer group becomes incredibly important. But this also opens the door for peer pressure to walk right in and make itself at home. Your brain is hardwired right now to care way too much about what your friends think. Remember that main character engine we talked about in Part 1? It's constantly scanning the room for social cues and approval, like some kind of social radar system. So that fear of being rejected or left out isn't just you being dramatic, it's literally a biological siren going off in your brain. The desire to fit in is incredibly powerful, and research shows that people with lower self-confidence are way more likely to give in to pressure just to feel accepted. This can lead to tons of stress and anxiety, especially when you find yourself doing things that don't align with your actual values, just to be part of the group. That's when peer pressure can seriously mess with your identity development, causing you to adopt behaviors and beliefs that aren't really yours. But here's the tea that needs to be spilled. Real friends, a real squad, won't make you betray yourself to fit in. If your friend group's entire vibe requires you to be a totally different person, that's a massive red flag waving right in your face. Saying no can feel tough, so you need some face-saving exit strategies in your back pocket. Instead of a hard no that might feel confrontational, you can have pre-planned escape routes ready to go. If someone's pressuring you to do something you're not comfortable with, try something like, "Nah, I'm good, gotta lock in for this test tomorrow," or "My parents literally track everything and would ground me into dust, so I can't." Having a plan makes it way easier to stay true to your own story. Next, your family. Editing the first draft. Your family and your culture gave you the very first draft of your story. They taught you your first language, your core values, your traditions. That's a huge part of who you are, and it can be an amazing source of pride and strength that grounds you. But sometimes that first draft feels restrictive, like they have a very specific plot line they expect you to follow. Become a doctor, marry a certain type of person, carry on family traditions in exact ways, and your character is internally screaming to go off script. This is especially true when family expectations become rigid or overwhelming, creating tons of pressure and anxiety that can feel suffocating. This tension is real and it's completely valid. It's the conflict between the we of your family identity and the me you're trying to build for yourself. Different cultures also have totally different scripts for success. Some cultures are more individualistic, where the main goal is to be independent and self-reliant. Others are more collectivistic, where the needs of the family or community come first. There's no right or wrong approach, but it definitely shapes the expectations placed on you. Research actually shows that teens often build their self-esteem by living up to the dominant values of their culture, even if they don't consciously agree with those values. The goal isn't to completely burn the first draft and pretend your family and culture don't matter. That's not realistic or healthy. It's about learning how to be a skilled editor. It's about taking that first draft, recognizing the parts that give you genuine strength and a sense of belonging, and then having the courage to revise, rewrite, and add new chapters that are authentically yours. And then there's your phone, the funhouse mirror. Let's be completely honest here. Social media is not real life. It's a carefully curated funhouse mirror designed to distort your perception. You're scrolling through an endless feed of everyone else's highlight reels. Their perfect vacation pics, their relationship goals, their academic achievements, and you're comparing it to your own behind-the-scenes footage, complete with bad hair days, failed tests, and awkward social moments. Psychologists call this upward social comparison, and it's basically a psychological trap designed to make you feel inferior. The stats are honestly wild. 80% of teens compare their bodies to images they see on social media, and 70% feel pressured to look good online constantly. It's a game you literally can't win, a phenomenon experts call compare and despair, and it's specifically designed to make you feel mid at best. And it gets even deeper than that. Let's talk about the algorithm for a second. It's not your friend trying to help you discover cool new things. It's a machine designed with one goal: keep you scrolling. It sees you like one type of video and basically says, "Bet I got you." Then it builds you a completely personalized echo chamber. This is sometimes called the lonely algorithm effect or an information cocoon. It feeds you more and more of the exact same stuff, reinforcing one single interest or aesthetic until your entire feed looks the same, thinks the same, and has the same exact vibe. This can feel really validating at first, but it can also trap you in a bubble, making it way harder to explore different parts of yourself because you're never even exposed to them. It's like only ever eating pizza because that's all the delivery app shows you, and you completely forget that tacos, sushi, and burgers even exist. These three pressures, peers, family, and social media, don't exist in separate vacuums. They create this incredibly powerful feedback loop that can feel inescapable. Your family might give you a script, your friends might pressure you to perform that script, and then the algorithm locks you in a digital world that reflects that exact script back to you 24/7. Breaking out of that cycle requires some serious conscious effort. So there they are, the three biggest hecklers trying to grab the pen out of your hand: your squad, your family, and your phone. It's a lot. And if you feel overwhelmed by all that noise, you're not alone, and you're not wrong. Recognizing these forces is the first, most critical step. But identifying the problem is only half the battle. Now that we know who the hecklers are, how do we actually get them to shut up so we can write? In our grand finale, Part 4, we're equipping you with the armor and tools you need to fight back. We're going to walk through a practical toolkit of side quests that will help you mute the noise and finally hear your own voice. You are not going to want to miss it. If this episode helped you identify the pressures in your own life, hit that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you're ready for the finale. In the comments, let me know which of the three noises is the loudest for you right now. See you in the next one. Peace.